How dare
Don't
nature
let
be?
a Canadian man gaslight you to be a part of his fucking superhero team. It's not gonna end well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Just have the Canadian man be Wolverine.
Oh, I wasn't talking about Wolverine. I was talking about North Star. He was manipulated to join Alpha Flight
Mm-hmm.
back in 19 something, whatever year, doesn't matter.
Back in the 1990 something. Yeah.
It wasn't
Yep.
even the 90s. It was probably like the 70s or something. Because he,
Oh wow.
like a freshly 18-year-old fucking kid. And he's like, hey, I know your secret. You should join my superhero team so I don't reveal it to the public. Because I'm an asshole.
Amazing
Not
when
as
you
much of an asshole as this other guy you'll meet, but still an asshole.
amazing when you say 1970s and you realize that's like 50 years ago. Like
Don't remind
dang,
me.
dang. Yep. I mean, I already feel old because like anything that's considered from the 90s is now considered old. I'm like, dang. But hey, you can find some gems there. I mean, look at Jake. Apparently, he's starting to become a big fanboy of Beast Wars, which was from my era audience. So yeah, yeah, yeah. He'll like that series until he ends up watching the follow-up series to that when they go back to Cybertron. Yep. So anyway, we're starting a little bit late, so you guys just want to get to the intros already?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go for it. Anyway, welcome to Contact Live, news and reviews of the week audience. You're me, Cryptid Seeker 415. Do better, Chips Darcy Captain America. So move on.
I I'm gonna give Tip. I'm gonna give Tip a little slack. Cause
Hmm.
really, we both know Marvel told him to put Shield in this book, bro.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
But Ace Comics, Brick the Wall, Austin. I don't remember what else I was gonna say. Read more Radiant Black people.
Yep.
Jake's dead, first of all. Second of all, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he. You get the drill. And he's fine, guys. He'll be back. He'll be better than ever. He'll be fine.
Hmm.
You'll understand what I'm
Yeah.
talking about later on in the night.
He'll
Trust
brag
me.
about that. He'll brag about
Also,
having the
if y'all are
power.
ready for more zombies, well, you're getting more zombies in like two topics, so you know.
There you go. There you go. And we'll also be treating you to a bonus comic of Nazi xenomorphs audience. So there you go. So
How does that even fucking work? That's what I'm trying to
I'll
figure
I'll
out.
I'll explain it when we get to it. But anyway, so yeah, we're the Fanatics, and we're here to bring you the news and reviews of the week, audience. And in our special Tuesdays, we bring you the reviews. What do we have in store for you, audience? It's something called Everything Dead and Dying.
The
Some
finale.
yep, some Wiccan adventures on his witch's road. Some Captain America versus Alien content that introduces a Nazi xenomorph. Let's see what else, and some Fantastic Four content. Of the Invincible Woman kind. But anyway, so yeah, we have intros. Go for it, witch.
Yeah, we have socials. We already did
Socials.
the
Yeah, sorry,
intros.
sorry,
Um,
sorry. So,
Subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69, which we
mm-hmm.
post at least twice a week. So
Yep,
yippee yippee.
there you go.
Anyways, you can find me on my Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. You can also find me on TikTok and also Instagram at witch underscore of underscore Jotunheim. You can find me on Tumblr, Blue Sky, and Letterbox at North Star Aria. I was supposed to add a movie today on my Letterbox, but that didn't end up happening. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Dodged a bullet there.
Mm-hmm. There
Anyways,
you go.
whenever I remember to post on my Ko-fi, because I don't got much to post right now, it's Witch of Jotunheim. I'm super sleepy, but I'll stay awake long enough to talk about three fucking books.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yippee!
Most,
Austin is here, just chilling. Cryptid is here chilling, and like I said earlier, Jake is dead. I don't have enough
mm,
storage for more social media, so that's
there
all you
you
get
go.
out of me right now.
Gotcha. So with that, let's go on to the topics of the night, audience. But like, considering that a newly released Marvel trailer came out this week, we're gonna make a special exception. Well, we're going before we get to the comics, we're going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again season 2 trailer that just came out a few hours ago. Now,
What the fuck is the Spider-Man trailer?
they're saving that for the big times, man. You know, they
Bro, it
can't
got
in
leaked months
January.
ago. I done seen it multiple times.
Hey, you can't expect a big movie like that to have a trailer released on January, man. January's are dead slow months, man.
I
In
expected it to
entertainment.
be when any big movie is out. Like
What
the Bone Collector was
what
28 years
what big
later.
no big movie comes out on January, man.
28 years later
Besides
came out.
Silent
And
Hill.
Avatar came out recently. They could have put away Avatar too.
Avatar
Yeah,
was last month.
I
yeah, it
know. I
was
think recently. The trailer had leaked before Avatar came out.
yeah. They already put up their big content, which was Doomsday teasers. That's what they
Tony don't
wanted to
care.
be using, bro. Gotcha. Anyway, we're not talking about Spider-Man. We're talking about Daredevil season 2 trailer. Yeah, I mean, it's here. What we saw in the trailer, it seems like Matt and Karen are going to rekindle their relationship again. Since Matt's last girlfriend kind of went against him, Miss I Saved Myself sort of gal is now working on the Kingpin. And yeah, of course, things will never work out good for Matt because, hey, if you know anything about Daredevil, his life's always a wreck. So
That's
now
just my. He ain't special.
what was that?
He ain't special.
Well, not if it's an active tradition, which that every writer who writes Daredevil intentionally has to leave him in a bad spot by the end of their run for the next
Yeah,
writer to have to
that-
pick up.
He ain't special. That's my fucking life, dude.
Gotcha. But anyway, so what can we gather from this trailer? Well, Matt's gonna be in the missing persons list here. And we also got to see Jessica Jones in this trailer. So, she got a few action scenes here. I don't know how extensive she's gonna be in this series. Is it just gonna be one episode or the whole season? We'll see what goes. I mean, her powers aren't that doesn't take a lot of work to make her powers uh vibrant in the series. So we'll see how that goes. Awesome. What did you think?
I like the trailer. It's just I like the trailer, I like the song mix. I like how it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like Fisk has a special weapon for Daredevil. I don't know, you saw him and Karen dancing and him immediately passing out and stuff.
Oh yeah, the sonic devices.
Yeah, I thought that was a smart idea that brings forth, and the sonic devices have been a thing in the MCU since the Hulk film.
Yep. Right.
So bringing that type of stuff back was smart. I like the
Mm-hmm.
new suit. I
Mm-hmm.
like Bullseye. Just kind of it looked like Bullseye just moved on. That's the job.
Dude, all the villains had such punchable faces. I don't know if you noticed that in this trailer. Let me bring up Kingpin actually. Look at Kingpin in the top corner of this audience. Like just want to punch him in the face. Like um
Um,
but
I
we
like him
also see
learning to
more.
box. I like him
Oh
learning
yeah.
to fight so he can fight. There, I thought that was smart.
Oh yeah. I mean, he did say he was a big fan of boxing in the last season. How familiar
And
are you with how familiar are you with Taekwondo? I like boxing. Like, I don't know who that person below him is because there's going to be a Kingpin impersonator doing this whole vendetta skit apparently. So let's see where that goes. That might be Muse. I don't know. So, um, what else could we gather from this trailer?
um,
Nothing much
I
really.
don't, like, it's pretty
Oh,
straightforward. I think
yeah.
like Kingpin decided not to reveal that Daredevil was Matt Murdock. And I think they'll be going after Matt Murdock through the legal way, saying he's missing, have people call if they see him. They see this
Yep.
man. And that's how they try to
Mhm.
find him.
Yep.
Which he probably only did because Daredevil saved his wife. Um,
Um, it's also going to be kind of interesting with Daredevil's situation because if you're not up to date on what's going on with Daredevil's life, basically everybody that Daredevil cares about is dead except for Karen Page. Yikes. Yeah. So if you can Kingpin can't exactly kill Karen because after killing Karen, who else is there in Bat's life? So
But
we'll see where that goes.
um, I was thinking of something. You called my fault with that.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, it's not your fault.
We don't
I was going to
see
say
any.
it is going to be interesting to see how they handle the new dynamic between Bullseye, Kingpin, and Daredevil, especially once Kingpin realized his wife had been making all these moves without him.
Yeah.
Um, Matt thought it was Kingpin doing a lot of stuff with Bullseye, but actually his wife hiring Bullseye to kill people and kill Foggy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see Kingpin reacting to that. So people don't know, and I don't think people remember last season, him and his wife was having problems already.
Oh yeah.
And while he was willing to work through it, even after getting cucked and everything, which is crazy.
Oh God. Yeah. That was a
I
bizarre
think her
situation.
continually trying to make her own stamp on his empire might be the breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then you remember there was no Punisher in this trailer.
Right. Well, one is because he already has his own 1 hour special coming up, and two, he's already going to be set for Spider-Man. So he's going up in the world of Marvel at the moment, audience. So
That's
see
why I
where that
would have
goes.
released the Spider-Man trailer at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I would have did the Spider-Man trailer now, and I would did the TV spot revealing
Yeah.
Punisher in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I wonder, like, is Kingpin announced to be in the upcoming Spider-Man movie?
No.
Okay, so yeah, I really want to kind of see how that works, because you would think like where we last saw Punisher in the last season, he kind of has a little bit of investment on what's going on with Daredevil's story at the moment.
Yeah, I
But
think but they need to tell us how. That way they need to go ahead and announce the Punisher thing so we see when it takes place.
yeah,
Because it seems like I thought it was gonna be like Ditto Season 2, Spider-Man, and then a Punisher spinoff. The Punisher 1 hour thing.
yeah.
But it
Hmm.
seemed like you said, the 1 hour thing might take place during season 2 to just
Hmm.
explain why he was in Spider-Man. And if that's the case, it need to be before Spider-Man.
Right. And we know that Marvel wants to kind of like separate the movie storylines from the TV series storylines. So yeah, it seems like they're walking on a tightrope with this. Um, Hopefully all these stories will work out in the
Tell them
end.
to stop having Kingpin mention Spider-Man. Then.
Yeah. At most we can only hope for is a cameo of Kingpin and Spider-Man's at this point. So yeah, we'll see where
I
it
want a
goes.
post scene where
Hmm.
Kingpin gets Scorpion out of jail to fight Matt Murdock. I think that's funny.
We need to see Stiltman finally get his actual costume audience. So yeah. Anyway, any final thoughts on this, Austin, before we get to the comics of the night?
No.
Gotcha. All right. So that's our discussion on Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer, audience. So now let's go on to the comics of the night, audience. Do-do-do. And right now we're starting with Captain America issue number 6, aka legacy number 777. Wow, you would think that would be a lucky number. Anyway, so this is the first issue of the new arc that's going to be taking place in the present, audience, because like the last arc was all about taking place in the past, you know, right after Steve got on Frozen, basically. Um, yeah, I just want to be honest, like it was kind of like a little all over the place dialogue wise, and I kind of feel like Marvel editorial just forced a lot of changes to be put in this book. These were mandates, like between having to put in these new Shield characters that nobody seems to find interesting, to also incorporate the fallout of One World Under Doom, and also you have to incorporate like
Close the door.
Armageddon. Armageddon
No,
is
I'm on the
yeah.
phone.
Okay, gotcha. Do. All right,
My bad.
and you also no, all good, all good. And you also have to incorporate Armageddon Assemble, the upcoming Marvel event. So, yeah, it was all over this place. We start off this issue with Captain America in a bar drinking, and he overhears a conversation with a couple other gentlemen who they look like business owners. You know, they kind of liked how Doctor Doom was doing things, and they feel like they could probably do that again if they get somebody like the leader, and they can help endorse him. And then Captain America, kind of yells at them, like telling them, "Yeah, get out of this bar." And then Captain America just gives him this whole speech saying like, "Go home and tell yourself you're lucky to be living in a place where you're free to come, free to talk about the shit you're talking about, and a place where men died for freedom for you to talk about these things, but also get out of the bar." I'm like, wait, Cap, you're kind of contradicting yourself there, dude. And then he ends up getting into a bar fight with these gentlemen, and and the next page is literally Tony Stark and Sam Wilson having to bail Steve Rogers out of jail. Now, that alone kind of feels like a little bit of red flag if you're telling me, an arc is starting with Captain America in a bar fight. Does that sound? Does that sound like something Captain America does, audience?
That sounds like a
Yeah.
Wolverine thing.
Yeah, that just fell out of place. But one thing I kind of did notice that Chip Zdarsky's trying to do. This was kind of like something he did with Captain America in his Spider-Man life story run, right? Where the conflict of Vietnam was happening, and Cap was kind of like being pressured by the public to respond to this. Is he on the side to support the troops, or is he on the side to end the war? This wasn't like something Cap wanted to put his hands in, but again, pressure from the public mandated he did it. And so that's really what this issue is about, but except it's about Latveria. You have Tony and Sam telling him what's going on in Latveria, the power vacuum, the fact that that the UN has reimposed the Superhero Borders Act, which is an act by the UN that forbids governments bringing in superpowered individuals or people with advanced technology to kind of like be associated with situations like what's going on in Latveria.
In other words, lame.
Yeah, yeah. So the idea of like, let's say the Avengers coming in and helping to like helping or enforcing the presence in Latveria is a big no-no. But the one thing that could slide by this is people who are considered super soldiers, because every country is always will be wanting to develop their own super soldiers. So that's where Steve comes in. So they're Tony and Sam are trying to convince him to to put his name in the ballot here, and then that's when we get introduced to Nick Fury Jr. audience. He has a private meeting with Steve, and he's basically telling him the rundown on what's going on in Latveria because you have three big names that are basically trying to fight for control over Latveria, right? You have the first person who. Oh wait, do I have the picture? Oh yeah, here it is. Do. Okay, so you have the first person on the left hand side. That's Salvation, audience. He's wearing an iron mask, kind of similar to what Doom had, right? He's the leader of a group known as True Latveria, a group that took power the moment Doom was defeated. He's promising elections, but his political enemies have been turning up dead. There's also rumors going around that he might actually be Doom. Because hey, I mean,
Bro,
I'm sure.
bro, you ain't seen one magic come out this man. This ain't no Doom.
uh, You would think like Doctor Doom would have like a backup plan. Like if he were ever to leave Latveria for any given reason, he probably would want his presence to still be in Latveria. You know?
It'll be the Doom bots. They had turned them off because they kept becoming real life people.
Yeah. Well, this might be a Doombot here. Nobody's seen Salvation's face. Again, he's under an iron mask.
And then don't forget, Red Skull killed the fake Doom he made, and that was turned out to be a mirror.
That's true. That's true. And then you also have this other sibling duo named Mara and Milor Sandu. They're the leader. They lead the insurgency group, the Latveria Liberators. They have been committing terrorist acts throughout Doomstad, and in their fight against Salvation. And unfortunately, their fight against Salvation has led to a lot of civilian casualties. And then you have the woman in the right hand corner, a red haired woman. She's a wild card known as Alina, the leader of the Homeland Party. So so far she appears to be she appears to be about peaceful protesting against Salvation, and she's already had 2 assassination attempts at her life. But they actually ended up giving her a lot of followers out of that. But yeah, these are your candidates for the new leaders of Latveria audience. We'll see how that goes. So, basically Nick Fury Jr. just kind of wants Cap to join his team because he wants Cap to kind of like be the conscious of his new group. And yeah, Shield is reforming back, but it's going to be more of a small scope rather than a big organization. It's going to be uh, a small squad
Lane.
audience. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
This
it's Nick
also
Fury
after
Jr.
for people who don't remember, this also after
Mhm.
Shield being back like 2 times in 2 different books, by the way. Ran by Maria Hill.
Yeah. Austin, it's funny you should say lame because hey, this is led by Nick Fury Jr. after all. So yeah.
He can ain't wear a straight eye patch, bro.
Yeah. He hasn't earned the eye patch in my eyes, audience. So yeah. And even like in this book, you have Thunderbolt Ross, who's giving Steve a call, like kind of wanting Steve to be on his side in the conflict with Latveria. So basically, everybody's like fighting to bring Steve on their side. On how to handle the Latverian situation. And you have like a confrontation between Sharon and Steve because apparently they're living together in an apartment, but it's you have 2 agents, right? One soldier and one government agent. Their lives are basically in their work. They don't really have time to kind of sell down the house. It seems like there's some tension going on between these two that they're bringing home from work. And Jenna just gives Steve a pep talk about the librarian situation, and eventually Steve actually decides to go and join Nick Fury Jr.'s group. You know, and this is where we actually are introduced to the new Shield group. Steve is taking it upon himself to kind of show them the ropes.
Yeah,
And
show people these guys that replace Captain France and these other
France,
captains that we
United
love.
Kingdoms, United Kingdom, Captain France, was it Captain China, and but they were sure to keep Red Widow, because yeah, Widow was already an established character anyway.
What the fuck are these
And
people wearing?
yeah, I don't like the designs of these costumes. At least with those other captains you saw before, audience, you could tell that the artist, was giving a lot of thought to their designs, right? But here, yeah, it just feels like those standard superhero costumes you would draw in the last in a first draft. That seems to be what these people wear. Even
Yeah,
this guy,
this is
even
like the
this guy.
stuff you'll buy for the low end for a tinkerer. And well, I just got this in the bag.
Yeah, pretty much. Even this one guy right here that Cap's training, right? He's a Captain America fanboy too, and he's sporting a shield as well. With the logo on his shield is literally the logo of Shield. And I'm just gonna say this. I don't know after this run is over if I'm going to even remember anybody's names here. Um, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get impressed by anybody here. hell, there's this one agent here, right? He's wearing purple. I forgot to bring up his picture, but Nick Fury's trying to hype this agent up because like this soldier was around during his Nick Fury Senior's time. So, but whatever, I guess. Again, I don't even want to bother remembering his name. And of course, Captain America has a little bit of mixed feelings about Red Widow because, hey, aren't you a Russian soldier? You know? So, yeah. There's a long story apparently there. But anyway, to kind of make a long story short, by the end, Captain America goes to Latveria with this new group of Shield agents, and he's like reminding them as he's driving, right? Look, we're just here to help the civilians, right? But then that's when all of a
Did the
sudden,
artist change?
huh?
Did the in book artist change?
It wouldn't surprise me, Austin, with all the
Because I'm
last
looking at
minute
Steve's
changes.
face here. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, bro? I've been trying to think about it. But this is not the same
Mhm.
person who drew Steve visually in the last part, it feels like.
Yeah, like, look, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, because a lot of last minute changes ended up happening within this arc. So, yeah, and by the end of the issue, unfortunately, Steve's crew gets stopped by Red Hulk, who just randomly pops up, stopping them, saying, "Stand down, Captain America." And the United States government is here to free Latveria, and if anyone wishes to get in the way of that, well, Hulk smash. Because now randomly they're going to be fighting each other, and I just wanted to ask why. I mean, dude, like, um, okay, you Red Hulk, your platoon could be in charge of like organizing and possessing all the resources in Doom's castle, but you can also still have Steve and his group of Shield agents going there to help the people of Latveria. Give them what are they,
Steve in
supplies?
first to get people out of the way, and then you can go gun ho on whatever those people that are still trying to fight.
Yeah. So it's just kind of odd. Like, it just feels like Chip Zdarsky was just putting this fight in just to put this fight in because, I
Now,
did read that.
I think it's another Marvel thing. It's like, oh wait, hold on, we're writing Red Hulk a little bit too good now. We just brought
Mhm.
Shield back. Yeah,
Oh,
we heard Quickman say that he wants Red Hulk lead Shield. We got to show him the asshole. He's mad.
oh, it wouldn't surprise me that if that's true, because I really like the way Benjamin Percy was writing Red Hulk. I think that was the best Red Hulk's been written in years. Yeah, he has the country's interests in mind first and foremost. But now that Chip Zdarsky is handling Red Hulk, like this is something he said in his interview too. Like, yeah, he's going to Red Hulk is basically going to be the villain of this arc. I'm like, really, really, why? No, I just gotta ask why. Like, why is Red Hulk and Captain America going to fight? Because that's what's going to happen in the next issue. I I just don't get it. Um, yeah, this is the first part in the lead up to Armageddon Assembled, and for me at least, it was just too all over the place to be considered a good issue. Especially with what we could have had with with those other captains. So it was a bit of a letdown for me. Yeah, hopefully it gets better. I still have hope for when Chip Zdarsky writes that Wolverine versus Nuke book because hey, David Colton's going to be there, so hopefully I'll get some good stuff with that.
Yeah.
That book, that book, I'm sure he has full control over. There wasn't anything in that book where that Marvel came in and said, "Oh no, you have to change these things, you have to add these characters instead," and yada yada yada. So yeah, audience, that's really all I have to say for this book. Austin, did you want to give any other thoughts on this?
Nah, man, I think it's gonna get better. Obviously, but you can tell this premise was thrown together last minute.
Hmm.
Based on obviously what we already know, we had a previous premise to the point we saw the sketch work and everything for the upcoming arc,
Yeah,
and they all got thrown away like 1 week
yeah,
ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
keep in mind this cover right here, audience. The cover for this issue. This was literally all the people, all the new characters you see here. That was originally supposed to be the captains, you
Yeah,
know?
there was better people there. You won't believe it.
Yep. Exactly. These people
Uh,
look like something I would see in those, how to draw comic books, beginner's guides,
it was like some
Draw a
image comics
picture.
characters, bro. Like, who are these guys,
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah. None of them seem inspiring whatsoever.
I
But
only like the
anyway,
guy with the mask because he has a mask on.
yeah, he kind of almost looks like if he was an old man Hawkeye version. Well, mid
I
middle
was
aged
thinking of
old man
that
Hawkeye.
guy from Wildstorm. That's what I kept thinking of.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. But
But
uh,
let's move on,
oh,
bro. I don't know why these dudes got this Nike thing on their shirt talking about Phil. Let's go.
all right, so let's move on to a book. Hopefully, It'll have better things to talk about. Go ahead, Witch.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
Does does it have good things to talk about?
eh,
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
anyways, I'm talking about the series finale because apparently I only read miniseries now. Of Everything Dead and Dying. A
Mhm.
summary of this book is I fucking hate people, dude. People are the fucking worst.
Dang.
Jesus fuck. Anyways, not important. So, you know how like throughout this entire book we're getting like scenes from the past, which are all bright and colorful, and then the current, which is zombies.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
expect a lot of those kind of panels, okay?
There we
You
go.
know, and all that other stuff. That's how it starts out. You know,
Mhm.
seeing Jack with his family, you know how it is, and everything like that. And Colette
Mhm.
is like shooting zombies and everything.
Mhm.
Um, Colette's the worst.
Oh dang.
This
What the color
fucking
do?
French Canadian bitch, and not in a good way, not in a North Star way. Okay, that's my
Right.
French Canadian bitch. This bitch
Mhm.
is a bitch,
Every community has to have one audience,
and not the good
So
kind of bitch.
yeah, the unlikable one. So
Anyways, so yeah, Jack is like, uh, is obviously pissed off and everything, and he sees like another person that he recognizes. He's like, oh, like Jess, like it's me. Come on, I'm like, come on. I know you're hungry, but I'll get you some food. It's fine. And then she gets shot by Colette, and
Mhm.
Colette is like, you think I die easy, farmer? Like, no, not me. I'm gonna put the dead back where they belong. And then gets
Yeah.
attacked by a zombie. And Jack, being the coolest, is like, God's dead, bitch, and his hands are around your throat. And I'm just like, fuck yeah. And so Jack
Dang.
has to go to the farm, which can you go to the first picture, please?
Yep. Do-do-do.
Yeah, that's the first picture. So
Damn.
I'm still kind of out of it right now, but it's fine. Um,
Mhm.
so we cut over to the mill. What was that?
Is this man riding a tractor?
Yeah, because he's a farmer.
Mhm.
He has a farm.
Mhm.
Thought that was
There you go.
obvious. Anyways, we cut back
Yep.
to the mill where we get to see that one bitch doing experiments on one of the zombies.
Dang.
Right. And so basically, she gets a mess like a thing from
Weird.
Colette being like, "Hey, dead or hungry everywhere. Need backup." And this bitch is like, "Oh, Colette, keep him alive by making breakthroughs here." Blah 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 blah. And so the zombie in question is making grunts because it's a zombie.
Of course.
And can you hold on, not yet. And so basically, I don't think I sent this picture, but it's fine. Basically, the zombie in question rips herself off the wall. No hands, no hands, just pure hunger, I guess. I get
Yeah.
it. When you're hangry, you do incredible things. And
Mhm.
um, basically attacks the one of the only few survivors left in this goddamn town who didn't even belong here, but whatever. And
Dang.
so, thanks to some wires, the place gets set on fire. Can you go to the next picture?
Yes. Do-do-do.
Fire! Zombies!
Our
Yay!
dose of gore for the weak audience, Dose
It's
of
a zombie book. What did you expect?
Mhm,
A zombie book that is taken seriously and not humorous.
mhm.
Anyways, so we
Let's
come
get
back.
this zombie game. Okay?
It's a
I
book called
Zombie.
expect
Everything Dead and Dying. What did you expect?
I expected to look at the flowers.
If you wanted to go look at goddamn flowers, go read a different book. This is not the book to do that for.
Gotcha.
Here.
Anyways, so we cut back to Jack. He's like, "Oh my god, yay, the door's locked. Maybe they didn't get in." And then we just see a bunch of zombified animals, and obviously Jack is pissed.
Mhm.
Um, I was gonna make a song reference, but I didn't want to, so I didn't.
Mhm.
And so remember those two people from earlier that decided to sneak into the farm and do the do?
Yeah.
Got turned
Yeah.
into zombies not long afterwards because one of them got bit. Well, they're
As
naked
what?
zombies, guys.
Oh wow.
Yippee!
You get to see what they were like in their last moments of life, audience.
Fucking
So.
naked for, because they
Mhm.
decided, let's have sex in a zombie apocalypse, even though one of us literally got bit not long before this situation.
We wanted to play Naked Twister. Okay? There's not a lot of games to play in the Whirlwinds.
Look, it's not my
um,
fault they didn't think about it for 2 fucking
oh.
seconds.
Mhm.
Jesus
There we go.
Christ.
Mhm.
Anyways, so Jack sees these two fucking assholes eating up his fucking farm animals and shoots them. They're dead.
Mhm.
Thank goodness. Jack's pissed because all his animals are zombified, so he can't really feed it to people, like the meat to the zombies. Shoots the cow that got turned into a zombie. Well,
Mhm.
not shoot it actually. I'm stupid. It actually got pitchforked. If that made any sense.
Okay. Okay.
Got pitchforked out of mercy. The mercy.
Yep. Yep.
And so we see a doggo. We see the doggo that lived on the farm, who also is getting turned into a zombie. Um, Poor puppers. Puppers didn't deserve this. I
No,
blame
they
these fuck ass survivors who couldn't mind their own fucking business, okay?
mhm.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Anyways, so we cut back to Colette speaking French, but not wee wee baguette French. This is Quebecois French, which I don't have a joke for. So if you have a joke for Quebecois people for me to make a reference to, please
Go
let me
for it.
know because this is not wee wee baguette French, okay?
Not.
I don't know. I don't
Mhm.
know. Anyways,
Mhm.
so we see um him like covering up like a wound or whatever the fuck, like holding his side, shooting zombies, going up to the church because a good little Christian boy actually. Just kidding. He's a bitch. He's a fucking bitch. Anyways, so he goes into the church. He does he like praying or something like that. And so the
Mhm.
zombie priest makes some noises. Then we see some zombified pastor boys.
Uh-oh.
And guess what? Bye
What?
bye, Colette. Fucking die. I hate him.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
fucking hated that bitch, and I'm so glad he's gone.
Yep.
He was a great
Oh,
man.
oh my god, I
Survival of the
hated that guy
fittest.
so much.
Survival
You
of the
should read his
fittest.
side book. Everything alive and living.
Yeah, that was the book. That's the prequel to this book. You should let Tate Brumble
Wow.
know to make that book.
Yep.
Anyways,
Yep.
just kidding. Don't do that.
Mhm.
So anyways, Jack. We got back to Jack. He's burning down his farm. Then he leaves on his little tractor, and he
Yeah.
goes home. And
Uh-huh.
everything got stepping over bodies of the survivors, and he's like, "Oh, where's my rifle?" And he walks into a room, and guess who we see?
Oh,
Finally, something good in this fucking book. We see Daisy.
Daisy.
Yippee!
All
And like
right.
obviously Jack is super fucking happy because that's the little girl, like the
Mhm.
person that gave him fucking life,
Yep.
you know, everything like that. Then we cut to like a little flashback and everything where he's like still covered in blood and shit, and she's perfectly fine because he's trying to still live a semi-normal life.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not how that works, and he knows that. But you know what? He's trying to keep it somewhat alive and everything like that. But guess what? Sam is
What?
back, and he's pissed. He's like, "You did this. You let the dead walk. Blah 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 blah." And everything like that. And he's like, "Are you satisfied?" And so Jack is like, "Sam, don't fucking shoot." And then guess what? Motherfucker
What?
shoots.
Oh. Oof.
And so Jack like covers for his daughter because he still loves his kid even though she's a zombie. And everything like that. Tackles Sam and they fight it out. And Jack is like, "It was fine before you came," and everything like that. And Sam's like, "You did this." And Jack is like, "Okay." And Sam is like, "Yeah, I killed them. I killed my dad. I killed them all. And look at me. I'm fine." He's not fine. He's not fine at all because guess what? Can you go to the next pretty picture for me? Daisy pulls
Emphasis
up
on
for the
pretty.
win. Daisy for
Emphasis
the
on
win.
pretty. There.
Oh, how can you get to his neck, bruh? That girl's like 3 feet tall.
Because
When
he
you're
was on his knees. He was on his knees punching Jack
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck.
Oh,
You
that's
you
stupid.
never
Oh,
you never jumped to get the cookies off a cookie jar before, That's all I see it
no.
as.
Look,
But
Oh.
children are very interesting beings, okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
Even as zombies and everything like
Mhm.
that. And like so basically Daisy just like starts eating Sam because he's also annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Um and everything like that. And so Jack like kind of like wakes up, he snaps out of it, he's like, "Oh my god, Daisy," like, "Oh my god." And so after she's done having her fill because why not, she like goes over to Jack and guess what, she's still hungies and tries to attack Jack. And she
bro,
uh,
man, you have to eat that every guy. That's a lot of meat left in that bones.
Yeah, I know, right?
listen. Anyways, so basically she's being held back by Jack because he can't kill his little girl. Like it's like, I
Mhm.
get it, I understand his mindset even though we are not the same, but
Mhm.
whatever. I get it. For his situation, I understand,
Yep.
He was not the most well liked person in town for a hot fucking minute. And then he got his purpose and he got his soul back. But guess what?
What?
Unfortunately, he had to do what he did not want to do, and he shot Daisy, killing her officially.
Mhm.
Which,
Oh.
when I first read this, I was devastated.
Mhm.
I was sad. I was like, no, fucking
Why can't
asshole.
why can't a zombie story have a happy ending, audience?
And so obviously Jack is like upset as shit, and he's like holding um the body of his little girl in his arms.
Mhm.
And he's like apologizing and everything. And so
Oh,
he
you just let her bitch
very
became a zombie with her. It's your fault.
it wasn't his fault. He didn't start this fucking virus. He was just trying to like figure it out,
Well, what you gotta do is start blocking with his arm. Let her bite his arm and turn to a
Mhm.
zombie with his little girl forever.
Look,
Oh, wow.
he just got lucky that he didn't get turned into a zombie. So he was doing what he tried to do best and try
Mhm.
to live a semi-normal life with zombies. It's fine. Anyways, so he's like holding his little girl in his arms, and then Sam, who's still kind of alive, he's like, "Just kill me.
Mhm.
3 days south, follow the highway, follow the signs, and live." Basically, shoots Sam, officially killing him. And so he takes his daughter, he takes his husband, he buries them both. Um, puts like flat, like little daisies on the grave, and also the wind up duck. And
Mhm.
he says, "See you in dreamland," and then he leaves. If you want to put the last picture up.
Okay. Did you
And then he leaves with the last bit of lines being like, "And the sun rises and the sun sets on everything dead and dying." Roll credits.
Mhm. There you go. At least he walked off with a sunset. You know?
In
Yeah.
conclusion, fuck those survivors. Fuck you, Colette. It's
Mhm.
on site.
Mhm.
I fucking hated these people. The only
Mhm.
person that like in this post zombie world that I actually kind of liked was Jack, you know? He was just
Mhm.
trying his best to live in this
Yeah.
fuck ass world.
I guess I guess that's just the thing with a zombie apocalypse audience. Like, try finding somebody that's likable after a zombie apocalypse. At that
These
point, you know.
these people were the fucking worst. Oh my
Mhm.
god. Y'all
Mhm.
are fucking dumbasses. And I'm
Mhm.
not saying Jack was doing the right thing either, you know, but at
Mhm.
the same time, it's like he had a routine going on. He knew what he was doing, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like these fucking imbeciles come in and fucking ruin everything. I fucking hated these people. Love
Dang.
the book though.
Mhm.
Fucking hated these people.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
god. I got emotional while talking about it because those people pissed me the fuck off.
you gotta go for it. You know.
Oh my god. I gotta reread the
Might have
Wiccan
been.
book. Let's fucking move on before I get even more mad.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, with that, let's move on to the next book, audience. And it's another book from me. It's Alien versus Captain America, issue number 3, audience. Hopefully, this will be
Show
something.
of patriotism.
I just gotta say, audience, if I was a big Marvel fan, I would buy this book just for the cover of it. You know, look at that, Captain America and Marvel fighting side by side against xenomorphs. You know, right?
Captain and the space captain.
Exactly, exactly. You know, one thing I gotta emphasize, audience, this is an Elseworld story, so they're not going to try saying that this was part of the main continuity based on like what's been going on in here, audience. So yeah, we actually end up starting with like Marvel explaining what led up to him coming to Earth, right, with these aliens, because the what do you call it, the Kree, they first encountered these aliens when they were hopping aboard a scroll spaceship, and they were a little bit stunned that the scroll spaceship kind of felt like it was dead. There was no communication. It was just floating in space. So they go inside and they find like all the scrolls there were dead, and they had these face huggers in them. And this is kind of like something we wanted off of what, that Avengers versus Aliens book, right? uh, where we kind of wanted to see the xenomorphs kind of splice themselves with what exists in Marvel, but we never got that in that Avengers vs. Alien
That's the
book.
biggest problem with that shitty ass book. That book was terrible, and it
Yeah,
took away their main two things of
yeah,
doing that and being acid blood.
yeah. I mean that would really be the only explanation you could think of for how those aliens were able to kill the whole Marvel universe. Like just
No,
because they're
but
creatures
apparently
and they
Sinister just experimenting on one. That was enough to do everything.
Gotcha. But here we actually do get aliens spliced with other characters because yeah, we see alien pop out of a scroll, and yeah, we see that an alien scroll hybrid, audience. You know, this is what it looks like. Here's a more enhanced picture. Look at that, audience.
They could be
And
better with
yes,
the design. I did like how they got the chin.
yep.
Got
And
the-
it's a good design, And yes, they do have the power to shapeshift. So
That's
god dang, that is very deadly, audience, and we do see that they do make their way into Hala, and they invade Hala. And man, I should have brought up this picture. We do see some pre-alien hybrids here now, and they basically ransack the whole planet. And one of the aliens actually ended up infecting the Kree Supreme Intelligence, audience. Let me bring it up. Yep, the alien popped out of his head. Now imagine what an alien would look like if he was spliced with the Kree Supreme Intelligence, audience. Damn, damn. But fortunately or unfortunately, we aren't going to see that because before that, as soon as the alien pops out of his head, That's when Marvel comes in and kind of obliterates both that xenomorph and the Kree Supreme Intelligence, and Marvel ends up becoming Supremer Marvel. So now
The fuck?
he
I'm
ends
not
up
gonna lie,
leading.
this also
Please.
cool.
What the fuck did I just listen to?
This
What
picture for anything they did the other alien book.
They
No?
could have given him any other fucking name.
Well, Supreme Marvel. I mean, that's
No,
that's
that
not
you
bad.
said Supremer
That was
Marvel.
Well,
Really?
it's not the real name.
well, okay. Supremor. Supremo
Oh,
Marvel.
Okay, that's a
Supreme.
little bit more interesting that you
Yeah.
spelled it out. But like I said, I haven't read the issue.
Gotcha.
He's
I
like
literally
Anyway,
told my friend Batson about this book, and we both lost our shit because we both love Marvel. So
yep. So you just get it for at least a cover to put in a collection for all Marvel fans. You know,
yeah,
come
but
on.
here's the thing: every time I go to my comic shop, I can never fucking find it. So
But, if you see it in your journeys one of these days, you know, like
probably in the backup market, like I always find Marvel books.
gotcha.
I can't believe
Anyway,
it popped out the Supreme Intelligence and it got eyes.
it has glowing eyes. Like damn, I kind of wanted to see how it will look like if it was fully grown, you know. So yeah. Anyway, now you saw the origin of what happened with Marvel. So now we cut back to the present, right? This was after Fury's Howling Commandos got killed. You know, even Dum Dum Dugan, right? So right now we see image of Nick Fury burying his soldiers. Like you see him putting a cross on the grave with the helmet on it, and wooden plaques that read "Here lie the Howling Commandos. Give the
Oh,
devil, give the devil hell, boys." 1944. Oh man, you actually
that's
see
word
Nick.
like a great man. Marines do not die. We just reconvene in hell for the next attack.
Yep. This is Fury. We're talking about audience. You know, even send offs are badass with this guy. You know. But he's actually crying a bit. You know, these were his war bound. You know, and this is where kind of Marvel kind of like he kind of acts like a little bit of a jerk in this. He's like telling the Fury, "Look, I believe that is enough time to mourn your dead. All right." And Nick Fury's like, "Beep off, Moon Man. Like, I just buried my best friend, men who entered the gates of hell with me more times than I can remember. I'll mourn them as long as I damn well please." Well then, you'll have to excuse me if I fail to shed a tear, Fury. After all, they were only human. Okay, that deserves a punch in the face, audience. You know, come on. When'd you say that? Which? Oh,
Huh? Sorry.
sorry about it. Austin just left. Let me bring him back in. Okay, Austin's back.
They should have sent the line. They're only human after all, and you can't put the blame on them.
But yeah, I know. Wouldn't you say that deserves a punch in the face?
Let me get a look at this. I'm just
Okay,
seeing the
so
Supreme Intelligence right now.
well,
I don't
I
really give a shit
You're
about
talking
this.
about what he was saying.
I don't have the picture of like the interaction between Nick Fury and Marvel, but let me read you Marvel's statement again after Nick Fury's like, already hurt that his platoon was killed, right? Marvel's like saying, "Well, you'll have to excuse me if I fail to shed a tear, Fury. After all, they were only human." But
Well,
come on,
at
when
that
you
point in time for Marvel, since he's still in his Kree uniform, he grows to love humanity
Mhm.
more on. So at this point, this makes sense for his character,
But
kind
that
of,
but
because
would you understand?
the only reason why he was there originally was for the mission.
Mhm.
He didn't really give a shit about humanity, and then over time he grew
But
to
would
like humanity,
but would but
and
would you
he wanted to protect them as Captain
would
Marvel.
would
So
would you see it as understandable if Nick Fury punched him in the face after saying that?
I think it would make sense for Nick. Which Nick Fury is it? OG?
Senior.
Senior?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course,
I just wanted to
OG.
be sure. Just
Yeah,
wanted to be
yeah.
sure.
This is the 40s
I
now.
could see Nick Fury punching Marvel in the face, being like, Like, where's your empathy? Blah 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 blah. Like, I understand his
No.
both point of views in this
No.
situation. Does that make
No.
sense?
Yep. I mean, Nick Fury punches him in the face, saying, "You extraterrestrial son of a." Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, my own friend jokingly called me a green-blooded hobgoblin because I told him that the snow wasn't my fucking problem.
Oh wow.
So, you know.
Gotcha. But
Sorry,
anyway,
I was rereading my book, my next book. So, yeah,
yeah,
sorry if I didn't pay
not a
attention.
problem. But anyway, so like eventually, Captain America settles a dispute between the two, and yes, they do have to resolve this whole xenomorph confrontation. And I kind of like how like Nick Fury calls like the rest of the Kree people, right? He's like saying, "Okay, let's see what happens next time when your blueberry boys ain't around, Raj." Like, ooh, he's calling the Kree
Yo,
blueberry
that's
boys.
racist towards blueberry people.
Oh, this is the 40s, which, all right, he's a man. All right, he's a man amongst men,
Yeah,
So,
but you can still not be racist towards blue
mhm,
people.
his people, yeah, yeah. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, so, they form an alliance, and this is coming in handy, especially since at this point, Hydra is like, going to other allied soldiers, and it looks like they're dropping swarms of bombs, right? But those are actually all xenomorphs falling from the sky. So you're like, oh god damn it, dude. Shit. This is a lot for soldiers of the 40s to handle. Luckily, Captain America and the rest of his platoon, they come in. Let me see if I can read the exact quote as they're dropping in. This is Captain America, Bucky, and Marvel dropping in from the Kree ships to help the Allies, right? You have Marvel saying, "This is for Hala." Captain America saying, "This is for Earth." And Bucky saying, "This is so damn cool."
I mean, Bucky is a child, so I wouldn't
Yep,
blame him.
exactly. So anyway,
Not my
Someone on
Bucky.
fucking TikTok got mad at me when I said that Bucky and Steve had a fucking father-son relationship, dude.
it was more older brother relationship,
But you
So
see my point. They got
Yeah,
pissed at
people
me.
love shipping him with this child he helped raise.
no, yeah,
That person got pissed at me for no fucking reason.
yeah, shippers, am I right? But anyway, so luckily, the Kree are helping the Allies with their ships, so they're destroying the Hydra ships, right? And luckily, you have Baron von Strucker who's around the corner, right, saying, "Okay, it's time to make our moves, gentlemen. On my mark, we're going to attack and kill the Allies." But before he could do that, his arm gets shot off by Nick Fury, who has like a Kree railgun in his hand. Like, oh damn! So Red's Von Strucker and his Hydra platoon get captured by Fury and Marvel, and like right now Nick Fury
Oh,
he's ready to blow this guy's head off, right?
that was
But
not Marvel who said that.
what what Austin? Oh, let's see. Let's wait a bit for Austin. To do okay. What
That
were you
was
saying?
young Rog. Remember the villain from Captain Marvel?
Who? Young Rog.
Yeah,
Ugh, young
Who
Rog.
saying what?
him talking to Nick Fury. That was not Marvel.
Yeah, it's
Young
Marvel.
Rog is a
He
bitch.
literally says, Steve literally says, Nick Fury, young Rog, settle down.
Mm.
He's like, ladies, you're both pretty. Fuck off.
Well,
He,
Someone
this act-
literally needed to put young
he says
Rog in
his name in
place.
the scene where he throws the shield back to Steve. Or he points to Steve. Right
Uh,
after Nick Fury tries to fight him.
at this point, if
okay.
this was just like a book with Marvel, Nick Fury, Captain
Well,
America, and Jan Rog, I would have just probably
okay.
read it just for them. You didn't need to have
Okay.
the xenomorphs in here.
Okay. I am looking at the designs. Okay, so Marvel's the one wearing green
Yeah,
aesthetics, and Rog
Marvel
is
is
wearing
wearing
blue.
green, and
Rog
then
is
Jan
wearing
Rog wears
blue.
blue because of
Mm.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
bitch.
um
sorry.
the
So,
Kree
sorry.
military hierarchy bullshit.
Wow. Sorry if I got my Cree people confused, audience. I guess I'm not gonna be invited to the Cree barbecue after this
I don't think
review.
you want to
Yeah,
be invited to a Cree barbecue, man.
yeah, they don't know how
Yeah,
to
Also,
cook. They don't know how to
yeah,
season.
yeah.
I don't know what Cree food tastes like.
It tastes awful. I hope
I don't
so.
fucking know. I couldn't tell you.
Gotcha. But anyway, so okay, now Rog, right? Like before Nick Fury was about to blow Strucker's head off, right? Rog is like saying, stops Nick Fury. He's like, Rick Fury's like, Rog, you better not get in my way on this. And I like what the writer, damn, what's his name? I know he's a Deadpool writer. Oh yeah, Frank Terreri, right? I like how he's taking certain the tropes humans would associate with aliens in the 40s in this book. Like, well, of course, when Captain America sees a Kree, he thinks like, oh, they're from Mars, And here's one thing, audience. What do you think humans in the 40s associated aliens with doing to humans? You know,
Wow,
what do
wow,
you?
wow, 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 wow.
You want to do anal probing
Listen,
in
Star
a
Trek
Marvel
hadn't came
book?
out yet in the 40s, so they weren't
Yeah.
sure what they could have done.
Yep. Uh, so yeah, probing. Yeah, Rog saying, "Look, on the contrary, human, I'm here to help. We need information concerning Hyder's plan, don't we?" As Rog puts on his glove. Strucker had his glove. I have mine. Ready when you are, Baron. Rug, we might just become friends after all. As we see, like, uh, Strucker screaming in pain. Take a guess, audience. Which hole do you think Rug just inserted that torture device glove through? Which would you rather, audience? Like, look at that glove. That's like tweezers. It has razors. It has spikes. I think it has a scalpel in it.
It has a key, a locking
Oh,
key thing for some reason.
oh my god, dude. Oh well. Uh,
They can
does
pick a
any,
lock with his
yeah,
hand.
yeah. Does anybody want to go ahead and take one for a team and stick their hands up a Nazi's hole?
No.
Yeah, we're gonna finish this like Ant-Man, all up in his
Hmm.
stinky.
Yep. I would like to think this was like, yeah, of course they had to zoom away from the actual probing, but I like to think this is kind of like their Inglorious Bastards moment, where afterwards, like Fury's looking at the rest of the Hydra and like saying, "So I guess after this, y'all want to take your Hydra clothes off, right? Well, I don't like it when my Hydras take their clothes off, their uniforms off. Makes it hard to see who's who." And then he just brands all their foreheads with the Hydra logo. Like, damn, that's something I would think Nick Fury would do. So yeah, audience. So Captain America and the rest of this team, they end up stopping all the xenomorphs, but then they start like realizing this was a little bit too easy. And that's when they get the information from Fury, right? Rog was able to extract all the intel he needed from Strucker, and yeah, the reason why the Xenomorphs are fighting alongside Hydra soldiers now is because Red Skull did it. The Operation Red King that they've been hearing all about throughout this arc. Turns out that was the project to splice Red Skull with a Xenomorph
Ugh.
queen.
I just saw
And
Yon Rog. I set it up and I saw Yon Rog and I was like, ew. And then now I'm looking at this bitch and I'm like, double
oh
ill. Get this off my
yeah,
screen.
and this is
You
not
don't
a
want to get
Xenomorph.
held by those little hands.
No, just get this shit off my screen. This is fucking ugly.
Gotcha. But an audience, we no longer have a Xenomorph queen. This is a Xenomorph king right here, audience.
Yeah, well, get rid of it because I don't want to see a Xenomorph King. Okay, I want my girly pop to lead. Okay, get this
Man,
motherfucker out of here. This is an
man.
unworthy monarch.
you,
Get
Can
the
we talk
guillotine.
about how they
yeah.
plan to drop the aliens on fucking D-Day?
Yes, that's their big plan. They're going to go to the beaches of Normandy, and yeah, they're going to prevent D-Day from happening, audience. And man, I gotta say, this is the best I've seen Red Skull written in years. Because now, everybody that he's going to kill is going. Their deaths will only strengthen the Nazi regime, audience. Like, damn, he's going to capture all the allies and infect them with a xenomorph so he can have xenomorphs building up more of his army. Wow.
Fucking ugh.
Yep. You it makes you hate the Red Skull much more, right? Which is what you're supposed
I
to
just
do.
hate fucking not. I just hate Nazis, dude. I feel like that should
Hmm.
be obvious.
This makes you hate them just that much more, audience. I like my villains
At
being
this
villains.
this is my logic going and knowing what I know about this book.
Hmm.
He's just fucking desperate.
Hmm.
He's
Of
fucking
course,
desperate, dude.
Yeah.
everybody's desperate in war.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know, but this guy's like so fucking desperate that he's like, I'm going to make a Nazi fucking alien to fucking do all this bullshit with. And then it's
Hmm.
just like, really?
Hmm. He
You're
sees
lucky the
himself.
Japanese didn't get their hands on these motherfuckers because God knows what they.
Mhm. Yeah, Red Skull always saw himself as somebody above being human after all, audience, and this is a further testament of that, So,
Quiver, do you think this is going
These
to
aliens.
the final
Get
issue
this
is going
off
to
my.
reveal that?
wait, what was that,
Just look
Austin?
away.
Yeah.
Do you
Get it
What
think
off.
was
that this is going to
Laying back
reveal
down.
that
I'm laying back
they're going
down.
to a multiple arc story thing, like how the Predator thing was? Like, oh, it started
Huh?
with this, and actually, wait, we have to do blank versus the alien, and then we're going to do
I,
alien versus another person.
I would like that because there is a lot of merchandise potential with just seeing a xenomorph spliced with other Marvel characters. It's not like the situation with Predator where you're not going to always see like I don't know a Predator Spider-Man or a Predator Black Panther. No, you're just going to see another version of Predator.
And we thought we'll put on a Punisher shirt for fun.
Oh well, okay, there's that. But that one didn't really make sense.
We did
But
it for fun,
xenomorphs.
bro. I know he enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah. Xenomorphs splicing with like Kree soldiers or scrolls. Okay, that's unique enough. I mean, that is a scary ass combination to find out to see that xenomorphs can shapeshift now, audience. Like dang, dude.
Imagine walk down the hallway and every wall turns into a xenomorph.
I know, right? And this splicing a queen with Red Skull just makes it that much more scary, much more creepier, audience. I'm liking this. This series is just to me, it's just getting better each and every issue. I've just been enjoying the ride. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. Try and see what the cover for the next issue is. It's just Captain America's face right in front of Xenomorph's face. So see what happens. See what happens. Yeah, like the issue, audience. Go buy it. Go check it out. Get ready to see Nazi Xenomorph get his ass kicked. So yeah.
Good.
Anyway, all right. Anyway, with that, let's move on to the next book.
Finally, a book that isn't going to fucking a more lighthearted book, I shall say.
Okay.
We're talking about Wiccan Witches Road #2. I have the variant cover because I bought both covers that were available to me.
Gotcha. Oh,
Let's
you
hope my
should show me then.
service wants to work with me, guys. Crossing fingers, okay?
Gotcha.
Anyway, we start off in a village that is being taken over by Roxxon, which is never a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
And people are dying. And these Roxxon bitches don't give a shit because of course they don't. And so they leave the fucking little huts, and they're like, what the fuck is that they see outside? And then they get attacked by a big old dragon. And then we see a hand put on this face of this guy, and it was like, oh, we're not here to hurt you, we're here to save you, all of you, which is never a good sign. Okay,
if you see the silhouette of that dragon, audience, you already know who it is.
if you know your Marvel dragons, you know who this is. But
Yeah.
We'll circle back around to that in a
Mhm.
second, because we're gonna have a Wiccan Baba Yaga moment.
Yeah. I just find it funny that you said that you started us off with saying this book is more lighthearted, and what's the first thing we see Wiccan as right now? He's on a plate. Yeah.
Well, don't worry. It's not like, at least he's a sentient fucking head, okay? He still can
Yep.
talk.
He's a head on a plate. Yeah.
Don't worry, he's fine.
Yep.
And so, like,
Imagine.
Billy's like, what the fuck? Why are you making dinner? Like, you gotta take me fucking seriously, dude. I'm the fucking demiurge. Don't point knives at me. And Baba Yaga's like, the demiurge? Is the demiurge in the fucking room with us right now? And I'm just like, damn. Damn. You know?
Yikes.
And so he's like, okay, I grew up hearing stories about you, terrorizing the townsfolk, eating the kiddos. So like which story am I in? And she's like, well, I suppose that depends on who's telling it this time. Anyways, and so basically, yeah, she gets a book, she's like looking through it, and then she explains the demiurge bullshit again, because finally, after many a years, we get to talk about the fucking demiurge shit.
Yeah.
And so basically explains that the demiurge was Earth's progenitor, blah 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 blah. It chooses like a vessel that it can house its power in, and it found a rightful heir in you. And then Billy's like, well, then why the fuck can't I use my magic? And then she's like, because you abandoned your fucking home, dude. You left fucking Earth. What
Hmm.
did you think was gonna happen? And so Billy was like, my husband needed me. Like, I couldn't just fucking stay here. Keep in mind,
Hmm.
call back to Young Avengers Volume 1,
Yeah.
by the way. Um, and to be honest with you, I'm surprised that the Demiurge vessel didn't go to Tommy, but we'll come back to
Mm,
that later.
not. It's a pretty unique way of giving some stakes to a Wiccan situation, you know? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
After all the
Giving them.
shit that happened in Imperial, I think this is a way more chill thing going on. Anyways,
Yep.
so she sews Billy's head back onto his body, you know how it be.
Yeah.
And so can you go to the picture, the next picture?
Yep.
We
She
get the
gets
new
him.
fit.
He looks
And
like he's from ElfQuest audience in this, you know?
I think the outfit's a little bit too elaborate. Well, not
Hmm.
elaborate, but like it just doesn't fit the vibe fully. But I like the new outfit,
It looks
and
good, you know?
I
Like
love
something
it.
he would. Looks like something he will wear for like a Dungeons and Dragons quest, you know?
I would
So.
make this cosplay. However, I feel like people would be like, "Oh, you're like a new Wiccan fan." It's like, motherfucker, I've been a fan of him before he was even like thought of for the fucking MCU. But besides the point. Um, so Billy was like, "Was it necessary for my hair to be longer?" And she's like, "Yeah, it was very necessary. Fuck you, bitch."
You know how much people pay for extensions, Wiccan? Come on, you know? So, yeah.
And so she's like, "Okay, hold on your arms, bitch." She's like, "My broom, which will allow you to traverse at great speed. Um, this gourd that will swallow anything in its path, and a wishbone. Break it, and you'll return to my domain instantly. I only have one to spare, so don't lose it." And so
Hmm.
she pulls up the fox, and she's like, "Finally, your guide. She'll help you out. Don't worry.
Hmm.
Like, trust me, I'll
And,
know if you harm her, and
yep.
vice versa." And
And
so Billy's like,
they
"What
can't
about
tell the
Teddy?"
fox's name. They can't tell the fox's name, apparently, audience.
Don't
It's
worry
like
about the
this.
fox's name. Not
Yeah.
important. We'll give her a
It,
new name.
yeah, it's kind of like the situation that happened like in the actual Agatha show where like when they try mentioning the name, it gets blurred out, you
Yeah,
know?
didn't watch it.
Weird.
I still refuse to watch it. You can't make me watch it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But that's the same situations happened to Fox. We don't know who the Fox was previously, you know?
Yo mama,
So.
that's who the fox was. Anyways, so Billy's like, "What about Teddy?" And she's like, "Oh, His Majesty stays with me. Consider me being generous." And he's like, "Well, I'm not leaving him. He's under my protection. How can I trust that you won't fucking hurt him?" And she's like,
Because
"Oh,
I said
very
so. Nigga,
well.
damn, go to the witch's road.
Yep,
No,
yep.
let me fucking finish."
Go ahead, go ahead.
Anyway, so she's like, "Fine. only because I'm a fool for young love. And so basically she uses her magic and turns him into a little doll, into like a little puppet. And she's like, he's under your protection now. And he's like, so how do I find a dragon's flower? So basically he has to go look for a couple things. You know how it be. And she's like, well, close your mouth, listen closely. And then she like turns on a music box and it starts.
Oh, hello.
Oh. That's literally what's going on around it. And so she starts seeing a bit more. She opens up a little like a portal type thing, and she's like, "After you." And so Billy is like, "I feel like I should thank you." But let me tell you this: if this is like a trick or whatever the fuck, like I will fucking find you and I will fucking get your ass. Don't think.
Yep.
And so basically, she's like, "Sure you will. Sure you will, honey. Sure you will." I don't know what she actually says, but that's what I can assume that she says. But whatever. I don't speak Russian and I don't speak French. Y'all are gonna have to work with me, okay?
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's like, "I'll be waiting," and Billy like goes in through like the fiery portal bullshit. Then we get an ad for the Moonstar book. That's not important to this. I just wanted to bring it up because she's getting a book next month in March, not in February. I'm thinking ahead. Anyway, so he goes through, and then the fox is like, "Yo, you stupid ass boy, hurry up! And we don't have all day." And you're like, "No, she intends to deceive you." And Billy's like, "No fucking shit." And he's like, "So is this the witch's road?" And the fox is like, "Yeah, there are many, but this one's kind of like a shortcut that was carved by the demiurge and all this other shit." And Baba Yaga was like trained under the demiurge, so she's really fucking old. So yeah, and then the fox is like, "Oh yeah, I was once her brightest pupil, believe it or not." Blah 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 blah. You get the fucking idea.
Yeah. At least they gave the fox a name in this. Nameless.
Yeah. Well, better than nothing.
Yep.
So basically walking down the road, and basically here's like a little faint Billy, it's like, "Oh my god, it's Teddy." And guess what? It happens to be the little puppet of Teddy speaking. So don't worry, Teddy's fine. And so they go up these stairs, and then we see this red obelisk type of fucking thing. And so the fox goes through it first and is like, "I suggest holding your breath, bestie." And Billy's like, "Okay, well, I don't have much of a choice, so I guess I'll go through." Basically puts one foot in, goes on in. It's just red and bubbles, red bubbles, and more red.
Yeah.
I forgot there was like a whole 2-page fucking spread for a fucking X-Men ad, dude. It's not the time. Anyways, so he wakes up in a pile of red. That's the best way to explain it. Thank you for putting that picture up.
Yeah, the book in front
I
of
was
me.
gonna forget.
Yeah, the book in front of me.
And so basically, Billy like sits up and sees a Roxxon plant, and he's like, "Oh my god, Terramancy." It's like, I don't give a shit, honestly. Anyways, basically Billy, Puppet Teddy and Nameless over here are just walking around and hears someone cry for help, and we see like a Roxxon agent being like, "Help me, like you need to help me, like it killed my friends, blah 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 blah." I don't know why that's the voice I decided to give to him, but that's the voice I'm giving him, and y'all are gonna have to deal, okay?
Yeah.
I'm still tired. Anyways, so basically, they look up and they're like, "What the fuck?" And can you go to the next picture?
Yep.
Not a fucking surprise if you know your Marvel dragons. It's fucking Fin Fang Foom.
Yep. And god dang it, where is Fin Fang Foom's purple trunks?
Listen, he was rushing to get out the door. Okay, shit happens.
There you go.
Anyways, they go inside a hut because why not? And so the fox is like, "Why don't we feed Alex to it?" And Billy's like, "Fuck off! No, we're not doing it." And so basically he's like, "Maybe if I can use Baba Yaga's broom, maybe if I can get close enough, I can slash it with the sword or get the fucking flower before he realizes. I don't fucking know." And the fox is like, "Fin Fang Foom is an ancient elemental who has toppled fucking kingdoms. You have much of a chance." And as a fucking garden mouse armed with a fucking toothpick against a fucking snake, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Teddy's like, I hate to say it, but Nameless has a point. And Billy's like, you're right, she does. It's like, and so basically has Nameless watch over Teddy, and he's like, I'll BRB, you know? And is like, hey, you fucking stupid ass salamander, follow me, I'm down here. And basically grab something from the bag that Baba gave to him. Fin Fang Foom does fire shit, and the gourd absorbs it because that's what he grabs.
All right.
And so basically he's like, I'm not scared of you, I'm the demiurge, you must heed my fucking words, blah 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 blah. And so Alex and Nameless, Teddy as well, they come out of the hut. Alex gets attacked by Fin Fang Foom, and this person like pulls up off of the dragon and is like, liar, you're not the demiurge, I am. Can you go to the last pic? Thank you.
Yep.
And that's where the issue ends. We get letters notes as well, and we get a preview of the cover for the next issue, which I also love. And yeah, that's basically the issue.
Mm-hmm.
My foot's numb right now, fun fact, but that's not important to this book.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like if you're just being introduced to, Wiccan and Hulkling, like, well, more so Wiccan, like, this is a good book for casual readers,
I wouldn't recommend this being your first Wiccan book. I would recommend Young Avengers first, but that's just a me thing. But this is a good book. I like this book.
Yeah, I mean, it's keeping up the quality, as someone who isn't, a big time Hulkling and Wiccan fan, I'm finding myself enjoying this book, audience, so.
And I'm glad there's no MCU synergy, because if this was MCU synergy, I would have dropped this book. I wouldn't have even picked it up.
Yeah, I am curious as to who the Fox is. I can't wait to see who they revealed are, so.
Well, patience is a goddamn virtue, so we're going to have to wait till next month.
There you go. So, all right then. Any final thoughts before we move on, which?
My foot's numb.
There you go. But anyway, all right, with that, audience, let's move on to the next book. So, Austin.
Okay. Finding Sue Storm, fast forward number 7 when it should be like 57 or something.
Yep.
Before they restarted.
And is also considered the Invincible Woman Part 2, audience. Damn, so many different labeled numbers in this issue. Like, when you think about it,
Yeah, but people don't remember Galactus sent a message to Earth talking about finding Sue Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And the fast forward, like, find her. She's right here.
Yep.
And they're like, maybe he's saying he needs us to bring Sue to him, or maybe something happened, he needs to help. Even though if he would have said bring Sue Storm here.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is. They're trying to figure out what to do. They're deciding, okay, we're going to go see Galactus, but who's going to take care of the kids? Yep. They decide to go to first picture.
Right there.
They decide to let the kids be heroes while they're gone, but in return, they went to several people and say, hey, yo, if something happens, I'm going to give you this teleporter. You're going to teleport you to my kids if they're in danger to help them out. So Johnny gave his to Wyatt Winkfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember who that is? I didn't think so.
Oh, well, yeah, he hasn't been used much, I'll give you that, audience. But, yeah.
Human Torch gave his to Wyatt Winkfoot, but did not even try to go find his best friend, Peter Parker. I didn't want to say that out loud. I didn't want to say that.
The one
they don't know Peter's gone.
Oh, yeah, well, I would like to think I'll apparently try looking for Peter, because, like, hey, remember, Spider-Man's, like, considered the uncle to Frank.
I'm saying he should have been the first person they tried to give teleport to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trusting my kid to Wyatt over Spider-Man. That's all I'm saying.
They end up bringing a lot of heroes in this.
Sue Storm wanted to give her to She-Hulk, but She-Hulk's in space doing Planet She-Hulk. So she gave it to Black Cat, who through side books and stuff didn't have a decent relationship.
They just only recently had like a friend relationship, but now they're at the point where like, Black Cat, you're the thief, right? Okay, I could definitely trust you with my kids.
They didn't have some other books and other moments where they didn't has friends, does some friendship stuff. Like, remember when she
Mhm.
tried to rob the Bastard Building, like in her own solo book with
Oh yeah.
Johnny?
Oh
And
yeah.
so they
So,
had some moments, and then they know Peter did introduce Black Cat to the fans for as his girlfriend back in the day.
oh, okay. Gotcha.
They didn't like her because they didn't think she liked Peter, but
Mhm.
clearly times have changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she gives hers to Felicia. Oh yeah, by the
Mhm.
way, I wish Jake was here. I want you to know Reed made this in like 5 minutes. The
Made
teleporter.
one.
He started working on the new ship to go to space, and he made the teleporter as a side thing in 5 minutes.
And I'm sure Jake will be mentioning how horrible Reed is for making something like that. He'll find a way to slander Reed for that, audience.
Yes, God forbid he actually does something to keep his kids safe.
Yep. Yep.
He'll say, "Oh, well, you should let them be heroes in the first place while he's not there."
Oh
But
yeah, he'll probably take offense to these kids being labeled the Junior Fantastic Four, audience. Yeah,
yeah,
they are given the official label. Franklin, Valeria, and Ben's two children. You know, the Kree and the Scroll kids. I keep forgetting their name. One is Joe. I think that's the Kree boy, and the girl I forgot the girl Scroll. I forgot her name. Like
they
you
should
know,
just call them Fantastic Four too, and you can make
yeah.
the joke. We can call them the Fantastic 42. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was a joke.
I
Right.
want to be like a 4, but it has like a little small 2, like to the square, like to the second power type thing.
Oh yeah, 4 to the square. Okay, there.
Yeah, I think that would be funny. That could have been something.
Yep.
Go to the next picture.
Yep.
I don't remember what it is.
The next picture is okay. So basically, the Mad Tinkerer.
Oh yeah,
They're the
I'll
two.
go over the thing. I didn't realize we went that far.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was a picture of Ben getting on the ship because, as you noticed, they're putting Ben more in clothes because the movies put him in clothes.
Yeah.
So when he got on here, he had like a full Fest 4 jacket. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. The
Yep.
Mad Tinkerer, he's monitoring everything. People don't remember he is super smart. He is like almost Reed level smart, but they
Mhm.
don't really. They all forget about him when it comes to the smart stuff. But he is up there. So he is really smart.
I mean, he recently took on the Avengers. Um, during the what? During that vampire event. I forgot that event
Yeah,
already. So yeah.
but when it comes to this stuff, he also intercepted the Galactus thing. He like, oh, the Fast Four gonna have to go. He was not listening to Fast Four people. He had no idea what they were gonna do. But he sort of just said, oh, if Galactus sent us a message, that means Fast Four is gonna go see him. They're like the next step. And that
Yeah.
means the kids are gonna be here because I'm gonna take the kids to go see Galactus
Uh
because
huh.
the Franklin stuff. So that means that I have a good chance to get revenge. And I was like, you better go beat up some kids, bro. What the fuck? That's your plan? That's the genius level intellect we're about to get.
He's going easy mode this time, man. Reed was considered extreme difficulty, So hey, go go for the kids, why don't you? And maybe steal their candy while you're at it, Tinkerer.
But he shows up. He shows up. We get some good little fight scenes with the Korean, the Squirrel Girl. And then Franklin presses a button and call all the heroes they signed. Well,
Yeah,
with the teleporters, one for each kid. So I guess Wolverine was for Franklin and Carol was for was for.
yeah,
I guess Carol
Valeria.
had to be for one of Ben's kids.
Yeah. You
If
want him?
Johnny did Wyatt, Sue did Black Cat. So that means Ben
Hmm.
had to do Wolverine or Ben probably did
Oh,
Wolverine and then
actually,
Reed had to do Carol.
yeah. Well, Ben actually ends up getting his own crew of people to help them at the end. We'll get to it.
Bro, that means who the fuck went to go find Carol?
Eh,
They probably was Sue. They had to be Sue then.
yeah. So yeah,
Okay. But the Ben thing is actually really funny. I'm gonna get to it in a second.
yeah.
But they, these are superheroes, bro. They're getting kind of pieced up. I'm not
Hmm.
the Mad King was already super effective when he first showed up for some reason. But the robots are doing good. They got like gas. Uh, and all the other stuff, and they were doing work. We cut to Ben, and he went to. People don't know Ben is a community man, so a lot of the people he fights and works with, or anything, they don't really hate him. They don't like the fans for the whole. They don't care. They like Ben.
Wow.
Ben is
Okay.
very likable. So you see a whole bunch of fans former villains just start
Yeah.
jumping the dog shit out of the map stinker.
Yeah, let me bring that picture up. I would like to think they're just all the D-list villains, really. I mean, you have one guy who
Yeah.
literally has a magic 8 ball as his mask.
Yeah, you have
Like,
8 Ball. You have one of the dudes from the fake Fantastic 14s.
that
I believe
Link
the guy's
Card,
one of the King Cobras people.
Stricter, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Stricter.
And I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
Link.
bro, you telling me he just comes down to the community center, start hanging out with these dudes?
I guess it doesn't hurt that for these villains, they look at Ben and like say, you could have been a villain with our group, right? Like, oh, you could have been one of us. Mm-hmm.
But as this goes on, they lead Alicia leads the kids to what will be their new, I won't say their new base, but the base for all their current tech they're going to be using, because obviously Reed's not going to let them use his own lab while he's gone.
Oh yeah,
But you have
this
a lot of old Fantasy 4 stuff here. You get some old Fantasy 4 mines. You see the power lock collar. You get an old spider,
you
like the proto
see.
design for the spider tracer thing.
Yep, you see
It's on
Doctor
one of the machines in the background. You see the space suits. You see an Ant-Man helmet.
You see Doctor Octopus's tentacles. I think that's supposed to be
That's the
Stiltman's
one that Peter
head.
took.
There you go. So yeah,
You see Black
ball
Widow's thing too. The Black Widow
or
stingers.
stingers. Yeah, some
Bro, they
arrows.
just steal the head for like backup stuff. I mean the Avengers like backup stuff. And now this like Avengers lockup.
Damn. You could say that Reed reverse engineered all this stuff in his spare time.
There's a secret lab even to you, Valeria, where Reed works on copying technology used by other people to research them. And he invents them.
Uh-huh.
He invent ways. So he sees what you made encrypted. He's gonna make it himself and then find out how to make it sure it don't work. And this is all
Wow.
the backup stuff he made.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And they're all going to be given to Fantastic Four Junior's audience.
I want to see Franklin with a full Doc Ock arms. I want to see Avengers man. All right, I just want to see the person wear all the things Avenger people have. I want to feel like Iron Man gauntlets, but like
Mhm.
Doc Ock's arms, Black Widow stingers on everything.
Mhm.
I want Ant Man's helmet.
Mhm.
I want to look ugly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
We see the Invincible Woman has finally showed up next issue. I
About
wonder
time.
I wonder how that's gonna go down.
Mhm. Are they going to be? Are the Fantastic Four Juniors going to be the ones to go up against this version of
Oh,
Sue?
apparently somebody said the web shooters. I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice them.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Hawkeye's bows.
I would like to see Franklin and
Oh, that's over here.
Valeria.
It's by Ant Man's helmets.
Gotcha. I would like to see Franklin and Valeria look at wait, what's this version of Sue Storm called again? I forget. I'm blanking on her name.
Malice.
Malice. Yeah, I would like their reaction at seeing Malice, and they're like, "Why is Mom dressed up like that?" Like,
I look. I look. So they didn't call. They didn't try to find Spider Man take care of the kids. But I want to tell you right now, if
yeah.
Franklin this issue does not put on the web shooters, because Spider Man is his favorite hero. Period. By far.
Mhm. Yep.
If he does not put on the web shooters, I'm dropping the
Something's
book.
wrong. Something's wrong. You know, it'll be more insulting if he doesn't put on the web shooters, but he uses Doctor Octopus's tentacles.
That even worse. I will drop the book.
Wow. I'm sure
That'll be
Jake
my
would
limit
applaud.
right there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Jake would applaud you for that, Austin. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But hey, this has been like a better issue. The best issue in a while for his damn it, Brian North's Fantastic Four run. I know leading up to this, a lot of them felt like one shots. I mean, I do still kind of find it weird that this book isn't dealing with any of the fallout from One World Under Doom, given what happened with Valeria. Her inheritance. I'm like, when is that going to be popped up in this book?
Yeah,
You know?
everything about this franchise. Well, the Doom event happened because they meddled and had to change from the Kang event that was supposed to happen,
Yeah,
and now it
yeah,
was like even right now I feel like his book is being meddled with. Okay, the role he's doing Malice is because that skin and that all that became popular because of Marvel Rivals.
yeah, yeah.
I very much doubt he would have
Hmm.
any interest in doing this character, especially since it's not the same character. It's gonna be a brand new one, just evil invisible woman.
Yeah,
So it's not
yep.
even the same personality or anything. I don't
Hmm.
see him having any interest in doing this before them saying, "Hey, you should do this."
Wow. They
That's
should just
probably
like
why we do have so many spin-offs and other stuff about Doom not written by him.
no. Don't you just like it with editorial interference, audience? Don't you just like when they do that? Yeah. But again, it was a good issue. So I like it so far.
Yeah, that was
So
the best issue of this new run so far. We'll see how this
mhm.
art shapes up. Okay, it does seem like he at least have an idea what he wants to do here,
Uh-huh.
and that's that's the best thing we can say going into all this.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, any final thoughts before we move on to the last book of the night, Austin?
Oh shit, mine's the
I
last book tonight.
I don't want to see. I don't. They better not have Johnny hit on this lady before he finally realizes it.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, that would be really freaky, man. But yeah,
This is the
yeah,
same dude. They had burn off a 16-year-old's outfit. Remember the Savage She-Hulk,
yeah.
and kept making a comment on it, even though she was a child. I'm just saying
Hey, hey, we all grow up eventually, Austin. So
that man was 25.
and now he's in his late 20s. All right, so we all grow up at a certain point.
Well, I said we'll see.
Mhm.
This Johnny is having sex with alien goo, so I guess we'll figure it out.
We don't talk about that. So, all right. All right, with that, audience, we'll move on to the last book of the night. So, end us off, Witch.
Cool. Well, I'm talking about Briar Knight's Terror issue 2. Hopefully with no dog barking this fucking time because oh my god, I was so pissed off.
The dog loves
Um,
Brian. There's nothing wrong with that.
this
Yeah,
dog doesn't
yeah.
even know what Briar is. Anyways, so where we last left off, the gang
Mhm.
is here at the Falls Witch Traps, which is the deadliest place in the realm because they were trying to get away from the Norrish horde, which is the race of people that Spider and my correction from the last time because I couldn't figure it out. Her older brother, are a part of, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, so they have to go find Grendrid, who is Briar's actual mom
Okay.
from the last issue. R.I.P. Austin couldn't handle that fact.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah, the vibes are off. That's all I gotta say on there. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so Spider's like, okay, wait, pause everything. So you're telling me that Grendrid is your real mom, not like your godmom? And she's like, how do you even know? And she's like, Briar's like, I haven't confirmed it yet, but due to my cursed blood or whatever, it just kind of just made sense. And so Roop over here, best boy over here, is like, then perhaps my bog witch caretakers, despite their cruelty, were correct in their prophecies. Like, fuck.
Dang.
Also, should I make this new Roop outfit? I might have to, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyways,
Put it on the list.
it's the second look is on the list, but I have way less fucking panels to go off of on that one, so we'll see what happens.
Gotcha.
Anyways, so Briar, not Briar, Roop is like, Spider, I love you, and I'm good. You know my virtue, and she's like, yeah, I know you and Briar, I know, but this is uncharted territory, and so Spider's brother, which I don't even remember his name, it's not even important to me right now. It'll come up later. Is like, away with these cursed warm bloods and their shared perversions. Like, let us leave the trap, sister, return to our clan, bravo, and take sovereignty over the land. And she's like, sovereignty. Oh, his name's Stinger, by the way, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
sovereignty, please. You and that other blue skinned baby bashers are mighty late for your fucking sovereignty, if you ask me. And she's like,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't kill no child, warm blooded or not, which, you know, she has her morals. You know, I would, if I was her, I wouldn't want to kill any babies either.
Yeah.
That's just a me thing personally, but whatever.
There you go.
And so she's like, and what about you, brother? Did you smash an innocent to bits high up in the mountain snow? Like, did you do that? And all that stuff. And like I said, the vibes are still off, you know. And can you go to the next picture?
Yes. Right there.
Yay! What's up with this week? What's up with this week with the books? The most lighthearted book we
dang.
had was the Wiccan book.
Got some crucifixion going on here. Go ahead.
It's more like X's than crosses, but close enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the Roop crash out part of the book. As we should. He deserves it. Roop deserves it. I'm just saying. It's my baby boy. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we're like, wait, that's your fucking answer? Just lie down and fucking die? Like, we have fought to live at every fucking turn. And over here, Captain Bligh is lost. So many have fucking lost. All in that fucking name of that one fucking fairy bitch that we're not gonna fucking name over here. And it's like, look, the world is fucking awful. And we were born into this fucking world, but this is our only fucking home, okay? Like, this is our only fucking world. So, and so he looks at Briar specifically, and he's like, once you woke up, you woke me up, you woke all of us up. Sure, it might end, maybe for that same fucking reason, but at least it'll end on our fucking terms. And so, you know, Roop walks out in a huff because, you know, which I wouldn't have personally recommended because, you know, you're in the death trap area of the realm, but not important. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
love the new fit. Love the new fit.
There you go.
And so Roop fucking leaves, and everyone's like, wait, you gotta wait. You know, it's like, don't move like through here with much haste. And so we cut to a spiked wall, and Roop starts to fucking climb it, and he's like, I see you, Trap. I'm not fooled. Like, my whole life has been spikes and traps, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. And so, basically, he's climbing up the wall, and one of the spikes clicks off. And can you go to the next page?
Yes. Okay.
So,
Got prop bang.
I read this book on the bus
Okay.
yesterday, and I had to keep it together because this
Yeah.
is my favorite fucking character in the entire book, and he died. Great. And so, you know, they go to confirm it, you know, and they did. Briar stuck her hand into the trap and touched Roop's hand. And obviously she's upset her and Spider because that was like their bestie that got murdered. Technically by Lead Leg over here in Grendrid. Speaking of Grendrid, how you doing, girly pop, in the new armor?
No.
Yeah, she's in the new armor. She's she has the Nourish on her side, kind of, you know, and everything. And she's a fucking bitch. She just like murdered this one Nourish for no fucking reason.
Dang.
She's such a bitch. She's like, run, blue vermin, run for your lives. By the end of this war, I'll own all the lands. I'll own every last one of you, to enslave, to torture, to murder at my whim, until you fear me for always and bend thy knee. Like, shut the fuck up. You basically are the reason for why my baby boy is dead. Anyways, so obviously Briar is upset. No fucking shit. I would be too. And so, she's like, you could have had stopped him. You built these cursed things. You knew the fucking danger, but you chose your fucking cynicism and resignation instead. Now look what the fuck happened. And so, Bascore over here. Fuck you. I'm not calling you Lead Leg over here. Your name's Bascore, bitch. He's like the sweet one killed by my own device. Like I shall never forgive myself. And so he's like, Grenchard's your mother, is she? Well, you have her eyes, enchanting. They are, once upon a time. And Briar's like, enchanting? The fuck you know about her eyes? And so Bascore over here is like, oh yeah, because there was a time where I actually fucking loved her. And I was like, what the fuck?
Oh.
What are you talking about? And then we get a backstory and everything, on how they fell in love and everything. And obviously when he built the traps and everything, and keep in mind, he lost one of his legs in the traps.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Apparently Granger is afraid of Briar the most, by the way. And so
That's
he's
something.
like, oh, like the prophecy, like what you might bring, it frightened Grendrid even more. Like what she had done to her only child because of it, and blah, blah, blah. Like all the shame and guilt bullshit. Yeah. And so basically, what the fuck was his name again? What was the name of her brother again?
Uh-oh.
I never remember people's name. It takes me too long to remember names. If it's not a simple, easy name, I'm not gonna remember it. Okay, Stinger. That's his name.
Okay, Stinger.
Anyway, so Stinger is like, look, I'm sorry that boy died. And Spider's like, not a boy, a witch, a bona fide one at that. And you are not, Stinger. Like, I don't blame you. I blame our whole damned people. An entire culture blamed on hating the South for fucking decades, preparing for war and to kill, all this stuff. And I guess I blame myself. And he's like, why do you blame yourself? Your cowardly feelings from the clan? Like you laying down with that warm-blooded corpse woman? It's like, Jesus Christ. Let her fuck Briar in peace, okay? Let her do what she wants.
Yeah.
Okay? You leave her relationship with Briar out of this, you son of a bitch. Anyways, so basically Spider's like, nah, fuck IceCon. That sounds like a convention. Like, I guess I just blame myself because I'm not a lot like any of y'all's or anyone really. And Stinger's like, well, there's still time to return and to repent, and I would vouch for you. And she's like, I don't want to fucking hear it. You don't fucking get it. Maybe it's because you never had a real fucking friend or anything that's worth fighting for that isn't just for fucking killing. But anyways, can you go to the next picture? Well, remember when I said that that he was gonna be fine? Well, he's kind of fine. He's kind of fine. So Roop wakes up in the fucking realm of the damned. That's what it's called. And everything like that. And these fucking goblins and shit are like, welcome! Hey! Like, welcome to our eternal embrace of the outcast and unloved. You are one of us now. And Roop's like, you must have been, like, mistaken. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I beg your fucking pardon. I believe I was here in error. And so these fucking goblins are like, you have been rejected by the fucking living, and now you're a foul creature, wanted by none. And I'm just like, incorrect. I can think of at least 2 people that would disagree with you. Technically 3 if you want to count Bly. I think we're going to see Bly at least one more time. But we have 2 more issues. So we'll come back to my baby boy in a moment.
Right.
So hello, Grendrid, we're back. And she's like, we've pushed him back from the south. We'll keep driving the river until the river of blood, blah, 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 whatever. And so basically we hear some kabooms and shit like that. And we see like the earth breaking up before them, you know, which is not fun. And so, yeah, we see, I'm assuming the sky splitting or whatever the fuck's happening. And so keep in mind, everyone sees this. And basically, yeah, it's gonna be the end of the world. So Briar's like, but I mean, I'm doing this. And Spider's like, I don't know. Like, I've been lost since we set out on all of this, since that first day that we met. And so Briar's like, I know what I must do. She kisses Spider and she's like, for the good of the world, for the good of those that I love, and for the good of you, I must suicide. I must suicide at
Unalive.
once and put an end to this matter.
Unalive.
And Spider's like,
Okay.
what the fuck? No, stop. Girly Pop, no. And so that's where the issue ends. We're gonna have to wait till March. Not February, March specifically for the next issue. Which I wish it would
Okay.
come quicker so that I can read it more.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
regardless, we're gonna have to wait till March. But that's fine because I will be talking about it when we get there.
Gotcha. Man, I just gotta say, what a way to end the night to talk about the Earth breaking.
Yeah.
Like
By the
that,
way,
you know.
I kind of know that Roop is gonna be fine because of what I was told at San Diego Comic-Con last year. But that's besides the point. Anyways, I was still upset when that happened. That's my favorite fucking character in the book, dude.
No.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
He's fine. He's gonna be better than ever later.
They're back and better than ever, audience.
He is not. Roop is not unloved. If you take anything from this fucking book, he is not unloved. He has at least 3 people that genuinely care for him.
Oh.
Fuck off, Rendred. Suck my dick. Anyways.
There you go. But
yeah, I want to go to sleep.
Gotcha. So anyway, audience, that's it for the books of the week. And yeah, thank you for joining us. And
I never want to see a Nazi xenomorph ever again. So we'll see you later, guys.
You'll have 2 more issues of that left, which. So, all right,
I
audience.
still don't want to
We'll
see
see you
it.
next